Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. I'm Sammy, your host, and today we're exploring Learned Optimism, How to Change Your Mind and Your Life by Martin E.P. Seligman. This influential book introduces the groundbreaking concept of learned optimism, demonstrating how adopting an optimistic mindset can significantly improve your life, health, and overall well-being. Seligman, known as the father of positive psychology, explains how anyone can learn to be more optimistic through simple, actionable techniques. Let's dive into the key insights so you'll feel like you've read it cover to cover. Seligman's work is based on years of research into how people explain the events in their lives. His core idea is that optimism and pessimism are not fixed traits but learned habits. He argues that by changing the way we interpret the world around us, we can shift from a pessimistic mindset, which leads to hopelessness and depression, to an optimistic one, which brings resilience and happiness. At the center of learned optimism is what Seligman calls explanatory style. This refers to how we explain the causes of both positive and negative events. Pessimists tend to interpret negative events as personal, permanent, and pervasive. This negative explanatory style makes setbacks feel overwhelming and impossible to overcome. Optimists, on the other hand, interpret setbacks in a more balanced way. They view negative events as temporary, specific to the situation, and often outside of their control. This positive explanatory style helps them bounce back from difficulties more quickly and remain motivated, even in the face of adversity. Seligman's goal in the book is to help people recognize their explanatory style and shift from a pessimistic to an optimistic interpretation of life's events. One of the most valuable tools Seligman introduces is the ABCD model, a practical method for disputing negative thoughts and reframing them in a more optimistic way. The model consists of 5 steps: adversity, belief, consequence, disputation, and energization. First, you identify the adversity or challenge you're facing. Next, examine the belief or interpretation you have about the situation. The consequence refers to the emotional reaction that follows from that belief. If the belief is negative and leads to feelings of hopelessness, you then move to disputation, where you actively challenge and dispute that belief with evidence and alternative explanations. Finally, energization occurs when you feel more empowered and hopeful after successfully reframing the situation. Seligman emphasizes that learning to challenge negative thoughts is a skill that can be developed over time. It's not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring problems, but about learning to view difficulties in a more constructive way. By consistently practicing the ABCD method, you can train yourself to respond to challenges with resilience and optimism, which ultimately leads to better mental and emotional health. Another key concept in learned optimism is the connection between optimism and physical health. Seligman presents evidence that optimists tend to live longer, experience fewer health problems, and recover more quickly from illnesses compared to pessimists. He explains that a pessimistic outlook can contribute to chronic stress, which has a direct negative impact on the immune system. By adopting an optimistic mindset, individuals can reduce stress, boost their immune function, and improve their overall well-being. Seligman also addresses the role of optimism in success and achievement. He argues that optimists are more likely to take risks, persist through difficulties, and reach their goals because they believe in their ability to influence outcomes. In contrast, pessimists often give up more easily because they feel powerless in the face of challenges. By cultivating optimism, you can develop greater resilience and motivation, which are key ingredients for personal and professional success. Throughout the book, Seligman provides exercises and strategies to help readers develop a more optimistic outlook. He encourages self-awareness and reflection, urging readers to examine their thought patterns and challenge any tendencies toward pessimism. Seligman's research shows that with consistent effort, anyone can rewire their brain to think more positively and become more resilient in the face of life's ups and downs. In summary, Learned Optimism by Martin E.P. Seligman offers a powerful, research-backed approach to improving your mindset and overall quality of life. By understanding and changing your explanatory style, you can shift from a pessimistic outlook to an optimistic one, leading to better emotional health, greater success, and even improved physical well-being. The book provides practical tools like the ABCD method to help you develop a more optimistic, resilient approach to life's challenges. Thank you for tuning in to Book Summary 5. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.